In ancient Israel, the roads were dangerous, and the hearts of people, sometimes even more so. One day a man stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus, calm as ever, answered with a question of his own. "What is written in the law?" The man replied confidently, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus said. "Do this, and you will live." But the man, wanting to justify himself, asked another question. "And who is my neighbor?" Instead of a direct answer, Jesus told a story, one that would shake the room. There was a man, just an ordinary man, traveling the winding rocky road from Jerusalem to Jericho. The sun was hot, the path was steep, and this road was known for danger. Then, out of nowhere, ambush. A group of thieves jumped him. They beat him, stripped him of his clothes, stole everything he had, and left him half dead, broken and bleeding by the side of the road. The only sound was the wind and his shallow breath. But soon, footsteps. A priest was coming down the road, a holy man, a leader. Surely he would help. He saw the man, but instead of running to his aid, he crossed to the other side and walked away. Time passed. More footsteps. A Levite approached, a temple assistant, someone who served in the house of God. He looked at the beaten man, and he too stepped around him and left. The man was now barely conscious, his hope fading fast. Then someone else approached, a Samaritan. Now here's where things get complicated. Jews and Samaritans were enemies. They didn't talk, they didn't trade, they didn't even walk through each other's towns. So when the Samaritan came down the road and saw the injured man, everyone expected him to keep walking. But he didn't. He stopped. His heart filled with compassion. He walked toward the man, not away. He knelt beside him, cleaned his wounds with oil and wine, wrapped them in cloth, and lifted the man onto his own donkey. Slowly, gently, he led him to the nearest inn, and there he stayed. All night, he cared for him. In the morning, the Samaritan handed the innkeeper 2 silver coins. "Take care of him," he said, "and if there's any more cost, I'll pay it when I return." Jesus looked back at the man who had asked the question, and he asked, "Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who was attacked?" The man, now humbled, replied, "The one who had mercy on him." Jesus smiled and said, "Go and do likewise." This wasn't just a story about a robbery. It was a story about mercy, about seeing someone in pain and choosing to care, about ignoring prejudice, pride, and fear, and doing what's right. The Samaritan didn't ask who the man was. He didn't check his background, his language, or his politics. He simply saw someone who needed help, and helped. So ask yourself today, who is your neighbor? Maybe it's the stranger on the side of you. Maybe it's someone you don't understand. Maybe it's someone you've been told to avoid. Jesus calls us to love beyond boundaries and to show mercy, even when it's inconvenient. Be the one who stops. Be the one who helps. Be the neighbor. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful, animated Bible stories every week.